Welcome everyone. I'm Truax, certified health coach in families, pregnancy and breastfeeding, and seniors. I am also an independent ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. Before we start today, I do want to mention anything we talk about today is not intended to prevent, treat, or cure any disease, and before starting any supplements or changing any supplement regimen, always check with your doctor first. So as part of our Ask a Health Coach series that I have just started, today we're going to talk about the difference between folic acid and folate. Okay, so here is the big difference before I break it down. Folic acid is synthetic compound. Folate is a natural compound naturally found in food. Okay? Folic acid, synthetic compound. Folate, natural compound found in food. Now, as we move forward, you're going to hear me talk about optimal daily allowance. Optimal daily allowance is the amount that our body needs to function at optimal wellness. Okay? A recommended daily allowance does not take into account height, weight, body type, sex, male or female. It does not take into account basically anything. It is a very, very broad, general, age is not factored in. It is a very, very broad, general term. So the recommended daily allowance for folic acid or folate, now keep in mind, they are interchangeably used. They are not exactly the same thing, okay? Again, folic acid, synthetic, folate, natural, all right? So keep that in mind, but they are interchangeably used. Recommended daily allowance is between 400 and 600 micrograms, mcgs. Now, they say that is for a pregnant or breastfeeding mom. The truth is that is the recommended daily allowance for all people, all right? It does not just have to do with if you're a pregnant or breastfeeding mom. Now, if you are a pregnant or breastfeeding mom, the increase goes to 800 to 1200 mcgs. Now, that is if you are pregnant or breastfeeding, you want to increase the amount of folate. This is very, very important for baby's development and also for lactation. Okay, so that's one big difference. That is for optimal wellness. Most midwives will also recommend that. So keep those differences in mind. Now, so let's talk a little bit about what folate is. So folate is vitamin B9. It is a B vitamin that is found in food that the body needs to get from food, okay? The body does not make folate. Now, the difference is folic acid is the oxidized synthetic compound used in dietary supplements and in food fortification. So it is a synthetic compound added to food to add in that folic acid, all right? So it was originally started to be added to food to help pregnant moms to get more folic acid when it was first started to be added to food, okay? So the difference between the two, folate can naturally metabolize in the body, and it easily cycles through the body, and the body can use it. Now, methylated folate, if it says on the label, if it says MTH5, okay, or 5-MTHF, if it says methylfolate, if it says L-methylfolate, if it says methylfolate calcium, those are all already methylated sources of folate. That means it is ready for the body to use instantly. It does not have to be processed. It doesn't have to go through any exchange for your body to be able to use it. This is a big deal because 50%, okay, see that, 50% of our population in the United States has the MTHFR gene mutation. 50. That means half of the population in this country does not have the enzymes in their liver to properly turn folic acid to folate in their body, which means they will not get folate if they take a folic acid supplement. Their body will not be able to absorb it. So, taking a folate supplement that is already methylated, okay, is so important. Now, a lot of people don't know they have this gene mutation. It is a simple one you can ask for. There are many tests you can do at home. Even the 23andMe send away one has one that tests for MTHFR. There are a variety within that gene mutation that breaks it down even more. But the most common, 50% of the population has some sort of the MTHFR gene mutation. So that's a big one when it comes to one reason you should take folate and not folic acid. Now, when you take folic acid, when folic acid enters the body, it has to go through the small intestines to the liver where it goes, and there's a very special enzyme, the enzyme I talked about that if you have MTHFR, you don't have. You have a very special enzyme in your liver, which is not a very common enzyme in the body. It's not popular. That then breaks it all down and turns it into the folate your body can use. So you don't really know how much of that you're getting, all right, as it goes through this process. If there's not enough enzymes to break it all down, that extra folic acid goes into the systematic circulatory system through your blood, all right? Now keep in mind, anything synthetic in the body over time, even though the body will try to eliminate, can store because it is not a familiar substance to the body. And that goes with chemicals in our food preservatives, chemicals in food additives, chemicals in food dyes, chemicals in synthetic sweeteners, artificial sweeteners, chemicals in some of the products, skin products and stuff that get absorbed through our skin. Remember, our skin is an organ, okay? So keep in mind, the more real, natural things we can use for our body, the more real, natural our body can process things. Okay, so always keep that in mind. It's very, very important. All right, so with that being said, we want to go, we always talk about our XFactor multivitamin and the fact that our XFactor multivitamin has the methylated folate. Now, our XFactor multivitamin also has methylated B12. Methylated B12 is so important to be paired with that methylated folate, okay? A big reason people's B12 levels can drop is because they don't have that folate. It goes in sync. Now, that can cause a lot of fatigue and tiredness and a lot of other issues, but fatigue is what a lot of people can feel, okay? Now, when you think of folate, you want to think of the folate as the fire and the B12 as the wood. So the body needs the B12 in order to properly assimilate all the folate coming through too. So you want that methylated B12 in there as well for your body to really absorb those B vitamins, use them, process them. And I mean, you can do your research on all the amazing benefits of having proper B absorption in your body. There's a ton of research out there, but those B vitamins are they do wonders. Okay, so I hope that today talk does good answering the question between folic acid, synthetic compound, folate, natural compound, and the importance of that methylated folate. And that methylated folate, especially when pregnant and breastfeeding, but all the time, and those extreme health benefits that come from having that methylated folate. All right, guys, feel free to ask any questions. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks.